What's up, everybody? Ken Ma just going all around the show. Look at who I caught up with. Hey, Billy Egan. I remember Billy came on the scene in 2010? 2010, okay? So we're talking 14 years.
14 full seasons. This is my 15th.
Right? And Billy has always delivered, right? He's always worked. I remember when we had North and South, we had Daiwa Cup, right?
Pro-Ams, teams, everything.
All that.
Western Classic, everything.
I remember the last year, I'll throw a throwback name for you, Kevin Stewart won the Daiwa Cup.
Yeah.
The last year that we did the North-South fish off. And then, things shrunk. You stayed the course. Always had the marquee event, the U.S. Open, right? Every angler wants that trophy.
Aspires to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every angler wants, it's like having a Bassmaster Classic trophy, right?
Yep.
You have that trophy and you have a U.S. Open trophy. You pretty much lived your life.
Well, it's like Rick Clunn says, you can't truly call yourself a champion unless you have a U.S. Open title behind you with the Classic, with some of those other Bassmaster events. So to hear that from somebody like Rick, who still supports the event.
Still was there this past year.
Yeah. It's great to have support like that. So.
Okay, so let's start off. A lot of stuff at One Bass has changed. I'm going to be at Lake Shasta. That kicks off at the end of the month. We're going to talk about that event, where we're at with numbers and things like that. But let's backtrack just a little bit. It started off with the U.S. Open, then the Cal Open, then the AZ Open. See, I know your history.
Yeah.
Then the AZ Open, then the Mojave Open.
Yeah.
And now we have the Shasta Open, right? So there's 5 Opens. You've made 4 events qualifiers.
Regional qualifiers, yeah.
Okay, and then we have the U.S. Open, which is now what it always should be, is its standalone event.
Correct.
Okay, so walk us through kind of like how we got to today. What do we look like a year, 2 years down the road?
Well, the interesting part, Ken mentioned it, years ago, we used to do all the Pro-Ams, all the teams. We were all over the place.
Yep.
And, I think it was 2013, 2014, the sponsors came to us and said, hey, you're a little diluted, there's too much going on, there's too many people doing the same thing, so if you continue down this path, we'll see you at the U.S. Open.
Okay.
And we really went, oh boy, the market's changing. So that's when the California Open was spawned. So we wanted to reproduce 11 years. Last year was the 11th anniversary of the Cal Open. So we reproduced the U.S. Open, same format, same style, just not as high entry.
Right.
Payouts scaled back a little bit to have big events like the U.S. Open for our sponsors to get behind. So, like you said, the Cal Open 11 years ago. Then
I remember that. I fished the first.
Arizona Open
one.
Started, and then we branched off to Mojave, so we had 4 total events, and we had to continue to keep the U.S. Open in the mix as a points race.
Right.
Which was lopsided because we had 2 events in the South.
Yeah, and the entry fee's different, and you're really fishing that event. Nobody remembers second.
Right.
There's been 37 years of seconds, and he might be able to recall a name, but probably, it's the one trophy that you truly go after and you're trying to win every day.
It has a lot of prestige behind it. 41 years running that event for One Bass and Western Outdoor News. So we added the Shasta event this year to round out the circuit so that there's 2 true North events, 2 true South events, and then the U.S. Open, which combines all 5 events for our Angler of the Year race.
Right.
So with the addition of the Shasta event, we were approached by our new sponsor, Bass Pro Shops, White River, with Ranger boats, Nitro, and Triton.
Because you guys are giving away 4 518s.
4 518s
with 150s.
With 150s.
Right.
With our partner with Mercury.
At the 4 regionals.
Yeah.
And then at the U.S. Open, you're giving away
520 with a 250.
520R with the 250.
Yep.
Oh, that's their flagship boat.
Flagship.
Okay, so we're talking
somebody wins that
$90,000, $100,000 boat.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Plus the always over 100% payout on the pro side. We're typically around 104 to 107% payout on the pro side at all our events, the regionals and the U.S. Open, which has really helped us gain a lot of traction over the years because you can't beat that 100% plus payout with the boat and the payout money.
Okay, so let's start. Shasta is in basically, today is Friday.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it's less than 2 weeks. Shasta's like 12, 13 days away.
You got it.
So let's start there. Where are we at with numbers? Pro, co, that kind of stuff. Where are we at?
Well, before we get to that, I think we need to mention also one of the big things we announced, which is our partnership with Bassmaster.
Okay.
We partnered with Bassmaster in November to give the Western anglers an opportunity here in the West to join into the Eastern run and the dreams of going to the Classic.
Yeah, because we can qualify to go to the Bass Nation.
Yep.
Right.
Through Bass Nation, our partnership with Bassmaster, our 4 regional events will qualify the top 5 pros and the top 5 co-anglers at that event if they're a WAM Bass member, if they're a Bassmaster member, and a member of Bass Nation, whether it's part of the club or a roaming membership. As long as you got those 3 things taken care of, if you get a top 5 on the pro or co side, either of the 4 regionals, you're going to the 2025
Straight to the, and
Bass
it's no
Nation
entry fee for those
entry
qualifiers.
fee. Correct.
Yeah, so you give us a path, the pro-am anglers, because the federation still has a path for them to get there also. So so we haven't taken you haven't taken anything away from there. It just gives your anglers and the anglers that are fishing the higher entry fee pro-ams a way to get in there.
A way to get in
there.
there.
And I've said this to you on social media, you know, like for me, I've been blessed in my career. You know, I've won a lot of stuff.
Yep.
There's, you know, we all have our bucket list or checklist, right? And there's, for me, there's still 3 things that I want to do before my career's over, right? One of them is to win the U.S. Open.
Yep.
Okay. Second one is I want to win an MLF trophy. Got to come close. And then the third thing, I would love to fish and win the Bassmaster Classic. And you have basically given me that opportunity. You're helping me check 2 of my 3 bucket lists
Without having to move.
and without and I'm already fishing a product that I was already fishing with, right? Because like I said, I've been fishing with you since 2010, and I have never not fished with you since 2010.
Correct.
So having that path to get there, you know, you go to the national championship.
2025, yeah.
All you gotta do is be 3rd or higher
And you're going
at
to the
that
Classic.
one tournament, right? I don't even care where it's at.
Yep.
Okay, you got to be 3rd or higher in that one tournament, and 3 of us are going to the Bassmaster Classic. Okay,
And the West Coast is going to represent with 25 sticks at that Bass Nation Championship at 25. So now let's get back to Lake Shasta, our first event of the season. It's here in about 14 days. We have about 147 pros currently signed up right now.
Great number.
And we have about 114 AAA signed up right now. So we got 30 guaranteed spots right now for $400 to come fish with 3 sticks all 3 days. We don't have a cut. So as an amateur, $400, you can't even buy a one-day guide trip for that amount of money.
yeah, and it's kind of a head scratcher, you know, that we're low on the codes for some reason.
I think it's the idea of the past couple weeks of tournaments. It's really cold. Guys are expecting it to be snowing and raining and cold up there. And typically in the beginning of the years, at least our events in the South, the bite is not real good. And, you know, it's a struggle out there. But,
Right.
I mean, let these guys know you were just there.
Yeah, I just got
They're
back
gonna
from
catch
Shasta.
more fish than they can count.
Yeah, I mean Shasta's got, to me, in California, probably more fish per square acre than any other fishery that we have. You know, we've had some inclement weather.
Yeah.
It does know how to rain at Shasta. I fully anticipate that it's going to rain. So make sure you bring 1 or 2 sets of rain gear.
Well, if it's anything like most of my tournaments, it's going to be really crappy during practice or unofficial practice, which we don't have anymore.
Right.
And then right at the tournament, it'll clear up and we'll have some good days.
Awesome, yeah.
But the point is we have 30 guaranteed spots right now. If you get onto our website, wombass.com, the most important thing to do is it's a brand new website. You must go to create an account first. First thing you do, go up, click that little purse or that person at the top right corner, create an account, which will allow you to then see all of our events, our merchandise, and be able to make a purchase. Go on to the Shasta event, put in your entry or your deposit. It automatically takes care of your membership during your first payment there, and then it knows intuitively that you've already taken care of it, and it won't charge you that for the rest of the year. And then if you go onto our website, the articles page, second article in, I think it says time is ticking, sign up for Bassmaster, step by step, how to get all the qualifications and things you need to do to qualify for what we've been talking about, the Bass Nation Championship opportunity. But, you know, 3 days of fishing at Shasta with somebody like Ken.
That's what I was just going to say.
You're going to learn more than you ever have in a bass fishing tournament because it's a shared weight event.
Yep.
He's going to help you catch fish. He's going to help you come up, whether you're fishing forward-facing sonar or not, teach you what you're doing.
Looking at, what's the whole bit.
What I find in the 14 years of running shared weight pro-ams is we fortunately have a bigger graduation level from AAAs to pros than we do see in the non-shared weight because of that interaction with the anglers.
Right, that learning. So, and here's what I want to do to encourage more co-anglers. Think about it. Again, for $400, you're going to get potentially 3 guided trips. Okay. I'm pretty sure, and you can confirm, I know Kyle Grover was up there practicing. Former U.S. Open champ. I know my buddy Nick Salvucci signing up. Former U.S. Open champ. I know Todd Klein is signing up.
Greg Gutierrez.
Right. Greg Gutierrez is going to be there. I'm going to be there. Right. So you have
all of them.
You have 3 separate lottery days where you can draw truly one of the best anglers in a tournament setting where we're going after our best stuff in that moment and we're adapting in that moment. So if for nothing else, for $400 and you do good, you can win some money.
You can win up to $6,000 based on 150 boats, plus big fish money, big stringer money. You're going to go away happy. You're going to be high-fiving your pro, whether he's netting your fish or you're netting his fish, because it's a team effort that day, and it's a great experience. Lifelong friendships have been built through our events.
Absolutely. Okay, anything else you want to add?
Well, want to add, we've got great sponsor support. If you go to our website, check them out. Obviously, Bass Pro Shops, Bassmaster, Mercury, Ranger Boats. AFCO just signed on with us. Coast has signed up with us. All of our great sponsors are there. And we're currently looking for a battery sponsor. If you know somebody, I think you got a hat on there, right there. And I think I might know who to talk to. But we're looking forward to an awesome event. And not only us promoting our anglers and our events, but now we have Bassmaster promoting those events too, because they want to watch this story unfold. So now we have national coverage for our events as well. So it's just getting bigger and bigger.
For me, I got your phone number on speed dial. We talk all the time, you know, behind the scenes, and I'll call you when things aren't going good, and I'll call you when things are going good. And one thing that I have seen One Bass do in the last, I'm going to say in the last 8 to 12 months, for you, it's probably been the last 2 years, is you guys are really working on providing a platform and the media there are some anglers such as myself that want and need that media in order to, quote, pay our bills.
Correct.
You know, and I'm seeing that. The Instagram is better, the photos are better. I mean, I am seeing that change. So
we got Sean Moffitt back at Shasta, was taking pictures for us at Clear
Lake.
We've got,
I know Sean.
Some other people that are going to be taking photos, so there'll be video. And the cool thing is I get to go up to Cali Customs up in Redding and pick up my brand new Ranger Z521 that's fully loaded.
My
memo
official
boat for the year.
Okay, all right.
If you're looking to get on the water and test out the Z21 Ranger, I'll have it up there at the event. We'll be using it for our check-in and boat as well. And then I'll be doing content, going to Clear Lake, towing that thing all over the place. So it's going to be awesome. I get to break that in at Shasta. But sign up, come out, experience it. I always tell people, if you sign up for one of our events, you fish it, you'll fish them the rest as long as you can.
So 2024, we're at the ISC show. He's here till Sunday, or Western Outdoor News will be here for sure till Sunday. And if you want to sign up, you want to ask around, you can hit him up on social media. You can hit me up on social media. Any of the names that we mentioned, also you can hit them up if you have any questions. You also go to OneBassEvents.com.
Yeah, One Bass also leads to OneBassEvents.com. So both websites, whether it's OneBassEvents.com or One Bass, will lead you to the same place.
Website's way better.
Yeah, so we spent a lot of time on it. It keeps track of all your payments, your address, phone number information, so that you guys can maintain that information, so that when and if we have to mail you something, a check, whatever it might be, it goes to the right place.
All right. Billy?
Come see me. Answer any questions anytime, guys.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, Kenny.
Yep.